name is Sarojini and I started this YouTube channel posting short videos to promote the message, be kind, it matters. Please like and subscribe if this message of kindness resonates with you. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, I could walk on a sidewalk and someone could be walking towards me on the same sidewalk, and there was no fear that somehow my health was in danger. Sometimes we would nod at each other, and other times there would be a small smile or perhaps a hello as we passed each other. Last week I was walking on the sidewalk, heading to the store for some essentials. I was wearing my mask as I was close to the entrance of the store, yet still on the sidewalk. A person was coming towards me from the opposite side. She was also wearing a mask. As she reached within 6 feet of me, she moved over to walk on the grass close to a building, as she did not want to pass me walking on the same sidewalk. She actually sped up her walking to pass. This was not the first time this happened to me, and I have seen it happen to others as well. There is a suspicion of each other that, in my view, was not present before the pandemic. I have noticed that more people seem to be suspicious of others in these types of scenarios, and that is driven by their fear of perhaps catching the COVID virus. I have heard people say that they can hardly wait for the pandemic to be over because things will then get back to normal. But will they really get back to normal, that is? Will the suspicions of others end? Will you be able to cough in a store without accusing glances and people stepping back to avoid a potential virus transmission? Will you be able to sneeze if you have allergies? Will you be able to clear your throat because a drink of water didn't go down well? Will you be able to pull out a tissue to wipe a runny nose? Will you really be able to go back to whatever it was you considered normal prior to the pandemic? I don't believe that people will suddenly become less suspicious of others once the pandemic ends. Fear stokes suspicions, and we are constantly being informed of variants and the need for boosters, etc. Will you be able to walk on the sidewalk and remain calm if someone coming towards you sneezes into a tissue? Webster's defines suspicion as the act or an instance of suspecting wrong without proof or on slight evidence. It also defines suspicion as a state of mental uneasiness or uncertainty. This definition indicates that suspicion involves mistrust and doubt. I have found that suspicions can sometimes lead to actions from others that could be considered unkind and unjust. Can we move towards trusting our fellow citizens, our neighbors, and our friends again once the pandemic is over? Will we always distance ourselves physically when walking? Will we lower our eyes and avert our gaze as we scurry by each other? Will we stop to help someone who may have fallen off a bike or slipped on the sidewalk? Or will we be afraid and suspicious of that person? If we are unable to move beyond the suspicion and fear as we try to regain some sense of normalcy in our lives post-pandemic, how would that affect us as individuals, as families, as communities, as a country, and as a world? Would our mental health deteriorate? Would we have more heart disease and stress because we continue to be suspicious and fearful? Would we volunteer less? Would we be less kind to strangers? I just don't know. I have seen a shift in societies around the world that does not bode well for kindness and compassion to become and remain an integral part of our lives. I do, however, have hope, and I will continue my best to share the message that kindness matters. Will you join me in sharing that message? Please. Be blessed, and please remember to be kind as it matters. Please support me in this channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing the videos with your friends, because you too can help spread the message. Thank you.